Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, another interesting comment that I want to talk about. This is from Vic Hewitt. All right, he wrote, all right, let's do the math, as Americans say. A Rolex Submariner costs today £5,700, which is about $8,000. Allowing for price inflation and assuming you save $500 per year, you are probably looking at 12 to 14 years before you can buy this watch. So save £1,000 or even better, $2,000 per year, you say, and it only takes 3 to 7 years. For the regular guy with a family and a reasonable wage, this would be grossly irresponsible. No holidays, screw the mortgage, I have to have my watch. If you're single or well off, then fine, but if you have responsibilities, who is really paying for your watch obsession? That's why for average people, the homages fill a definite need. All right, he brings up a really good point. I mean, if you have a family and kids, who does pay the price for your watch obsession? That's a really good point, and it's something that I think is a personal question. How much money do you think you can basically take away from your family, if you will, to spend on watches? And I don't think there's any sort of hard and fast rule, but it's definitely something to think about. And for me, personally speaking, I think that's part of the reason why I'm happy with 3 good watches. I really think that 4 would be too much, but I have this conception of an ideal collection. I'll probably make a video about that. But even making that ideal collection happen, I just I don't know. 4 is just like 3 is slightly too much for me. Okay, it's just it meaning wearing them and juggling them and getting wrist time out of all of them. So that's the main reason. But even if I was watch crazy in the sense that I really wanted this and this, and I just had this idea of a box of watches, yeah, I just think that, yeah, I don't think I'd do it. I think I would, the idea of money spent on a watch is money not spent on people who are important in your life. And so, yeah, it is really a balance. And I think there is no hard and fast rule. But, okay, here's one hard and fast rule. If anybody in your family is doing without because of your watch obsession, get out. Okay, that's not cool, right? Nobody should be suffering financially. You and especially not your kids. Okay, the wife, yeah, she can suck it up a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's an interesting point. Now, he talks about the length of time, and the idea of this person saving for a long time and it taking years. Now, I think the longest time frame he's looking at is what, 500 per year, 500 pounds per year. So it's going to take about 14 years before you get that Rolex. Well, now keep in mind there is a used market that you can look at, and that could shave off, 6 years right there. But assuming you don't want to go that route, what would I do? I probably would save for 14 years. I mean, I'm not a settling kind of person. I'm really an all or nothing kind of person, I find, with watches. Give me a $160 Orient Blue Mako or give me a Rolex. I don't want to waste my time on anything between, okay? Give me a Seiko 5 or give me the GMT. All right, I don't have time for $2,000 watches. I think they're, in the long run, I think they're dissatisfying. I don't think they fill that hole of really, a proper piece of horology. So I think I'd still go for the 14-year plan, okay? In fact, if you're only able to bank, 500 per year, then, buying one of these mid-tier watches that is £1,000, it's going to take you 2 years. The idea of saving scrupulously for 2 years and then spending all of that blood, sweat, and tears on a Squale, that just I just can't help but think that is a huge waste of money. Um, unless, of course, that's what they want. But I think I read a lot of settling in this comment, like maybe settling for some people is the way to go. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna settle, I just think you really should settle for a $200 watch, but but is it for someone like this who's gonna have to save 2 years for £1,000? I mean, yeah, that's who really wants a Rolex. That's too much of a settle. Tack another 10 years of work on it. I mean, that's what I'd have to say. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would never go for a Squale. I mean, if I was back to square one tomorrow, had no good watches, and I wanted to get back into it, and I just couldn't put together but just a couple £100 a year, I'd get something really cheap, and I'd just plunk away at it for years. I wouldn't work so hard and then blow it all on a Squale, okay? And then what? And then what? I got a freaking Squale on my wrist. Oh, that would suck. Okay, 2 years of work and you have a Squale on your wrist. Look, takes longer for some people than others, but identify what you want. Don't settle. That's, I guess, the message of this whole thing. Don't settle. Identify what you want, and if it takes a long time, it's going to take a long time, but it's just going to make it sweeter when you get it. And you're always going to want it. Even if you get that Squale that looks just like it, you're always going to want the real thing. So getting Squale, I think, in the long run, or in the short term, is a false economy. I think you're gonna regret it. So good point there, and thank you, Vic, for bringing this to light and allowing me to squeeze a video out of it. All right, take care. Thank you for watching. See you next time.